It's time, guys. Let's talk about it. The Premier League run in. It's time to stand on business, y'all. Let's open up our books. Let's really get into it, man. The last few fixtures of the league, we at least want to take some time while we're on international break and talk about the rest of the season. At least look forward and project a little bit. While I get the fixtures up, man, anybody who just want to open up about their thoughts about the run-in, how we feeling about our chances, you know what I'm saying, between, we can go to, you know what I'm saying, Phil and Adrian first, the other horses in the race, or leading horse in the race, my fault, Gene, and you know, just talk about it while I get these fixtures.
I'm basically just gonna, I don't know, man, I don't like trying to fortune tell what's gonna happen in a run of Premier League fixtures, specifically in the run-in, because just madness happens. But I will say, if Liverpool does not win at Old Trafford in the Premier League, I can say categorically, we will not win the Premier League. That is just a must-win game. I can't see a world where Liverpool draws both games against United, both games against City, only takes 1 point off of Arsenal, and still wins the league. Yeah, that's a must-win. That and a lot of other matches.
That's that what we would call a bottle job from one of the other two teams that are in it. If you guys do that and win.
Facts. And again, considering I had a bit of a lead from beforehand, but I just want to run through your fixtures on Liverpool's perspective. We have Luton. Luton already. Yeah, actually no, Luton. Yeah, we already passed. All right. We're at what's it called? Where are we at? Here, Brighton. We're at Brighton at home, Sheffield United at home, United away, Palace at home, Fulham away, West Ham away, Tottenham at home, Aston Villa away, and then Wolves at home to wrap up the league. Looking at that run of form, you know what I'm saying? Any minesweepers outside of United?
Man, I've spoken to you guys about this before, but I feel like every time Liverpool's in a title run-in, their final fixture of the season is Wolves at home. It's ridiculous how it keeps happening. Like,
they're
something is up with the algorithm. Like, you know, Apple Music has that garbage shuffle play where it's just like you're like, I swear I have more than 6 songs in this playlist.
It's that same order.
That's what keeps happening here. Like, there was a period of like 3-4 years where
Spotify got it too.
Where City kept. I felt like City kept ending the season at home against Brighton. Like, I just kept happening again and again, even though it probably only happened once. But in my mind, that was just the formula. But out of those, again, I don't want to look like an idiot and say I'm only worried about X, Y, Z, and then Liverpool loses to Sheffield at home. But my gut reaction is United away is an extremely nerve-wracking prospect to try and win a title. Villa away, I don't know what form they're going to be in when that fixture comes up, because that is just off of statistically speaking, Villa Park has been a fortress for most of the season. Tottenham at home, knock on wood, I'm less worried about. We tend to have a very, very good record against them at home.
I was going to say my 2 words to describe this whole run-in is going to be Tottenham Hotspur. I think they're going to have everything to do with the way this season.
They play every team in the race, don't they?
Them and United are literally the span of the works, but more so Tottenham in succession because, again, we said it last time, 34, 35, 36. They have all of us.
Pulling some bullshit off, too.
I will say, though, with me saying this Tottenham nonsense, though, 2 seasons ago, the one match Liverpool dropped points in that run-in, going neck and neck with City again, was Tottenham at home. And that ended up being crucial because they lost the league by 1 point. So, yeah, who knows what could happen. There's a lot of twists and turns I predict coming forward. But, like, if you want to win the title, you can hardly ask for a better run-in than what you just read out there. That is a very favorable run-in for Liverpool. And knowing basically that if they just win out, they will win the league since Arsenal City plays each other. I mean, you can't ask for a lot more than that.
Yeah, that's serious, man. That's serious. Again, at least from my perspective, again, what's it called? United away. That's the biggest one on your list. You guys got to knock that off. You want some chance to stay alive and stay in the conversation fully. Tottenham, again, you described it, already has some trouble. Villa away can be some trouble, but depends on their end of season form. Only thing out of there could be some type of like asterisk, maybe. Fulham is like half chance with how they're playing now in this run. Again,
I think Fulham is going to be scarier than Spurs.
That's going to be like our 4th match against Fulham this season.
which is wild. I was about to say, but yeah, like them at this form going into, you know what I'm saying, maybe they carry this into April and stuff like that. That could be a dangerous scene for a lot of different people. So, and again, it's like it's a little bit scary, man. But again, out of the 3, you guys seem to have the most favorable fixtures in that sequence. So it's almost entirely in your hands at this point. You know what I'm saying? That you guys in the driver's seat, so to speak. So fairs. Gene, what you thinking?
I think Arsenal have to win it, man. I think they have to win it. They're ahead. And again, we're in a different era right now. If this was 7 years ago, 8 years ago, and you'd ask me, I would say, oh, any team could win it. But if you're ahead, you have to win it right now. And that's just the way it is when you're playing against freaking these cyborgs in City. It's like the Nike ad where freaking Rooney has to play Robot Rooney. This is what you guys are up against, man.
Classic, you know what I'm saying? Classic.
So this is where we live now.
Mm.
And I think you guys should be able to do it with the team that you guys have. I don't think like I said, you guys been over a bunch of humps. Like I talked about City overcoming that Real Madrid hump. You guys overcome a bunch of humps already this season. So I don't see why you guys don't have what it takes to, finish up and win the league finally.
Yeah. Fair. I'll circle at the end to stand on business, but I just at least want to talk about the run first and just our chances and stuff considering. So from this point,
Arsenal's is tough.
We have, I think we do have the toughest out of the accumulator, like whatever calculator thing we had the toughest run. But again, on the 31st, Man City away, then Luton at home, Brighton away, Aston Villa at home, Wolves away, Tottenham away, Bournemouth at home, Man United away, and Everton on the last day of the season. So
don't forget Chelsea.
Chelsea is rescheduled somewhere in there. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's a tough run in there.
Chelsea will be rescheduled somewhere in between Wolves and Tottenham. 20th
that's
to 27th.
Every Big Six club except Liverpool in that run.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
the rest. The best of the rest, man. It's
we all know how this is going to end. City's going to win this thing by like 6 or 7 points. And it sucks.
No, not 6 or 7.
I know.
That's crazy.
At least in my humble opinion, I will say this: I think this will go to the second to last day or the last day. I still think we'll all.
It'll go to the last day.
I think we'll all keep it. I think we'll all keep it close. I think this might be like the first time, and I don't even know how long, if ever, we had a genuine like to the last 3-horse race. Like nobody's fallen off for like 5 weeks before.
The last day a 3-horse race. I don't know if that's ever happened.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's ever happened before like
the
that.
The closest was 13-14, where Liverpool, City, Chelsea were all in it for a
while.
The
only reason
Chelsea dropped off maybe like end of April.
The only reason I don't think it will go to that is because that Arsenal and City game will decide. Everyone says Spurs this. If Arsenal lose that game and they crumble, like last year, they're done, bro. Like that, you know what I'm saying? This is the final hump. Like out of all the humps you guys overcame, this is like your last one.
I don't think it's the final one, but
yeah, I don't even think so.
What is the hardest thing?
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this. All right, right now, looking at our run, looking at these runs, Tottenham away, I'm thinking that's third place in terms of the hardest, like, again, considering everything, the mental, the team we're facing, you know what I'm saying, the level of fixture congestion that we're dealing with, I would say that's the third toughest. You know what I'm saying? I said the first toughest, I would say it is City, because of we have to get over the mental hump. We have to, I think, again, if we want to show the sign of champions, we have to get a result. I most likely beat them. We are our biggest, like, we have to go there, I think, in most cases, and get a win. 9 times out of 10, we have to go for that win at the Etihad. Not just for the points total and stuff like that, but just for the sense of, hey, we've arrived. We've came to this level where we can go punch for punch with each and every, with you and with Liverpool. We can take you guys to that last day, and we can show you we can finish the job, to at least put that mental stake in our minds and in City's minds at that point. And in Liverpool's, if they're watching too, but probably not everybody's minding their own business. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't have to beat City for that mental thing, in my opinion.
I don't think you necessarily have to. Yeah.
If you take 4 points off of City and Liverpool, that's an incredible.
Which was my prediction from the beginning. Which was my bold prediction beginning of the season. I wanted 4 points. I just wanted 4. But
the thing is, if they don't beat City, then they're not first anymore, and then that's where it gets. Then they'll depend on other people.
And then we rely on other results. So I'd rather be in the driver's seat and still maintain.
But I mean, they're still ahead of City, as long as they don't lose. It's just Liverpool would go 2 points ahead in that regard.
But then they have City, then they have United. These teams to overcome too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so important for them to beat them and not even tie or lose, because it's just going to be.
It's the mental galvanization.
I understand why they feel like they need to win, but my point was to Trey's thing of the mental block. I was saying for the mental block, I don't think it's that important, because Arsenal would have already taken 4 points off.
I don't think the mental block. I think about just.
But I'm not saying necessarily against City, but just at the run-in. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the same point in the season last year where shit started to really fall apart.
Yeah, but you guys lost to Southampton, like tied Southampton. That's 20th
but even
place.
still,
that's not what we're talking about.
We had that dip, and then we still came back up, only to get clapped by City, and then everything else started like. petering off. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. But you can't. That if you're a championship team, it doesn't matter if you lose. Like, you guys could have lost to City and still won your games, and you guys would have been fine. But you guys were losing to dead last teams. Like, that's not not even.
And that's fair.
There's no excuse. You could have played you at left back, and you guys shouldn't tie that game.
And that is fair. I'm not gonna mind that. But even though the occasion is City, the momentum through the rest of the season is 3 points. That would, again, if we have that locked in, that can push us further. But again, let me get to my other point. In my opinion, the two hardest fixtures, and just occasion-wise, all that stuff that we need to get through. 1, City. 2, Manchester United at Old Trafford. That match, second to last game of the season, that's the last hill for me. My personal opinion, that's the last hill.
Yeah, that match is.
I don't care.
Scenes.
I don't care what scene, what fashion, what way.
You better hope we're on like a streak.
You know what I'm saying?
You better hope we're on a winning streak.
I don't care what form. I don't care what form that Man United find themselves in. I will never underestimate these bastards in crucial situations at all. Anytime we face them, because they pull something out, Old Trafford's already a hoodoo location. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we already know this.
But
if we're continuing all our form, that's the last hurdle. And I don't care what shape that team is going to be in. That team is not going to be an easy thing to crack. We have to be on our job. We can't stutter not once, because something will happen against us at some point if we are false stepping or half stepping or whatever. To me, that's the second hardest fixture in this run. Especially from that mental perspective. Again, we've won the league at Old Trafford
if we take
before.
history
We've done it
to perspective, yeah, it might be.
we've
won.
We have done it before, but again, it's just that it's more of that mental where Man United have played spoiler on so many different occasions to multiple teams. You know what I'm saying? They've done it to us multiple times at Old Trafford, whether it be the invincible streak or whatever, what have you. You know what I'm saying? That block is still big to me in the back of my mind. I don't care what state that they're in. That's still important for me to say, yo, we have
you better
to
hope
win.
we're not dead, bro. If we're dead and we're like in 6th place still, I think that's the worst case scenario for you guys.
And again,
if we're in a winning streak, we're chilling at 4th, 5th.
Yeah, it could be easy. I don't care what state y'all roll into, bro, because you're gonna be up. Yeah, somehow, some way, you're gonna be up for that game, because that's just how it is. That's just how life is. That to me is like,
I'm telling you, if we're chilling, you guys are fine. If we're on a head loss and it's like everything seems like we've lost everything, that's when Ten Hag is like, please boys, I need this job, and then we're just freaking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just hope we're on a good streak. We're at like 5th place. We're comfortably at 5th or 4th, and we don't have to fight.
The prospect of like, you know, beating Arsenal and having them lose the league is enough motivation for United.
Nah, but
even if they don't buy into
Liverpool, if Liverpool are going to win the league,
yeah, I was gonna think of the scenario where them beating Arsenal means Liverpool wins the league, though.
Yeah, they have to choose between several devils.
Yeah, man. That's like heaven and hell for United fans at the same time.
Facts. Like,
I don't know what you do.
They gotta pick one. Depends on how shameless you are and what part of London you're from.
If I was a little bit older, if I was maybe like 30, 35 or whatever,
you say
maybe I would choose Arsenal like to lose instead of Liverpool, just because of like Sir Alex and Wenger. But you know, I kind of started watching after that. Like Arsenal just weren't those guys anymore. It was like more like Chelsea type thing. So again, I would still rather have Liverpool would have how many Premier Leagues? We would be tied, and
total league titles, yeah, it'd be 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would. I'd rather give 3 more in a row for City.
Yeah, but again, at this point, all I'm looking at is those 3 fixtures. Again, there's a couple ones that could be Spanish in the works, but again, if we're on our job, and this, to me, this whole arc of Arteta, and especially this season, has been about learning from the mistakes of the past, and you know what I'm saying, spinning the block. I've been calling it spin the block FC for a good minute now. Any of these past hoodoos that have been like haunting us and stuff like that, things that have been.
I thought we were done talking about Arsenal.
Like, yes. I was waiting for you.
Fair.
I thought he was going to transition.
I cannot believe Trey went back to talking about Arteta's narrative.
I was going to say squad rotation.
That pause. And I was like, okay, we're done about Arsenal. We're going to talk about City, right? He's going to ask me about City fixtures. But he started talking about the what do you say? I don't even know.
Yeah, forget it. I don't want to think about it, man. Adrian, I wanted to even call your name to ask you to mute him, but I didn't know that was cheating.
That has to be.
No, you know, it's funny. It's just like I was like thinking about it, and then I was like, okay, he's like this is interesting what he's saying, and then
all right.
Can I at least say the City fixtures?
Is there anything you want to say about the City running?
Can I at least say the City fixtures?
No, you can't.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
If
ahead.
we
Somebody
really
do
want
it.
to, I can read them out.
Yeah, read it
Like,
out. Read it out.
Trace
Read it
Newton,
out. Click the link.
Get him out of here.
Why is he speaking right now?
Yeah, he shouldn't be allowed to
Relax,
speak. This is the
relax.
problem with him being the host, man.
Nah,
He has the
yeah,
power to-
I'm, because I gotta
Get
keep
out
it
of here,
moving.
man.
Because I
Otto
gotta
was
keep it
speaking the
moving.
whole time and I wasn't
All
speaking.
right.
All right,
Yeah, exactly.
so
He had Chase muted for
the
65
city,
minutes.
the city, the end of the season, they have Arsenal at home, then Aston Villa at home, then Crystal Palace away, which is a bit of a bogey team for City over the years.
Nah, come on.
And
They
it
lost.
is, man. Look at
I
look
know,
at the
but
facts.
nah.
They
Nah,
lost.
it's Roy. It's Roy, bro.
What? They drew?
And then Luton Town at home. And then they have the Real
Roy's
Madrid
gone.
game in the Champions League, Chelsea FA Cup, and then they go away to Tottenham, which they still haven't scored a goal at in the Premier League.
That game is
specifically in the
actually going to
Premier
be rescheduled though because that FA Cup. You could see
Oh,
that.
right. It's on the same day.
Oh, as you can see, brother.
Oh, yo, that could move
Yo,
in midweek
you're
in May.
As you
If that
can
moves
see, you're
midweek in
pitted.
May, that's scary, man. That's a tough midweek fixture to have.
Fulham.
That
then
fixture
Forest
might
away-
actually be like much later on. It might be like
Oh, that's
between
what
that
I'm saying.
week.
It could- right.
Yeah.
Then City, Forest away at the City ground, Wolves at home. Hopefully, they run something back. Pedro Neto's fit. Then Fulham away, second last game of the season. Potentially not though, depending on when the Tottenham game gets rescheduled to. And then final game of the season, West Ham at the Etihad, which again, kind of like what I was saying before, how City seems to end
Same every
the
time.
season with Brighton
Yeah,
at
West
home every
Ham
season.
again.
It seems like they also ended with West
West
Ham at
Ham
home all the
again.
time.
Every time.
I still remember the 2-0 in 2014, right? Or company.
That's a lot
scored.
picture.
Yeah, man. That City's run in. It's a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest. That Tottenham one is the real. Obviously, Arsenal. Obviously,
Yeah,
Arsenal the end
apart
of
from
March.
Arsenal, apart from Arsenal, looking at the Spurs game, but the rest of them, I think, looking at Aston Villa at the Etihad, I think I'm confident, in the team any game at the Etihad. So yeah, that Spurs game is the one that I'm definitely like what I would say is a hurdle.
Yeah.
But I think those last couple fixtures, just depending on when that Spurs game gets rescheduled to, I'm thinking Wolves, Fulham, West Ham. I'm pretty confident about those games.
So you're not worried
So-
about the Arsenal game at all?
No, it's tough. I think we're gonna win.
I agree. I wouldn't be worried about Arsenal. I think they have that choke gene just in them.
Yeah,
We'll find out very soon.
I
Speaking
don't
of
know, I'm more worried about the Spurs away than Arsenal at home, though. And that's just because I believe in the team at home. I know how strong we are at the Etihad.
Some people call Arsenal a little boy club.
it was crazy. No, like I said, not like I said because I didn't say this, but if Klopp doesn't go and doesn't win it when these teams have these tough fixtures, what do you think Chase this says about his legacy at Liverpool?
If he what?
If he doesn't win the league with the fixtures,
What is he showing? What is he showing? Oh, is
That's
Chelsea? Is that Chelsea?
Yeah. Chelsea in the league table.
Chelsea in what place?
Top
Is
of the
that?
bottom half.
Trey, I'm unmuting you. You can talk now.
I think Klopp's legacy is secured regardless of what happens.
Had to
this
scroll a
go
little
around.
bit, brother. Before we go, give us the pick on who you think is winning the league. Stand on business time before we
Okay.
before we get out of here. I'm about to say Chase.
Who we
Alright.
think's going to or who we want to?
Predict who you
who's
think is going
going
to
to
win the league.
Who's
I
going?
think City's going to win the league.
Predict who you think is going to win, not
I
who
want-
you want, not in your heart. But
Okay,
you said City.
is going-
Yeah, not
I
you,
think
not you.
City.
you said City.
Adrian asked, not you. I was about to say, but no, I heard you,
Yeah.
Chase. Gene.
I think Liverpool will win the league.
I mean, it might be foregone clues for the other three, but yeah. Hey, Adrian.
No.
Yeah,
Thinking
we're all gonna
once
back
is
ourselves.
different.
City.
Yeah, that's true. Thinking one is different. Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's
do
why I said I
think-
think Liverpool
Yeah,
will win.
I do
want
think
Arsenal.
City will win the league.
Mm.
Like I've thought that the whole season.
Yeah. Ferris. I'm standing on business,
And
bro.
you?
I think we'll win the league. I think Arsenal will win the league. I'm still standing on it, bro. I
Bravo.
got to.
Yep, we'll come back to it.
Yeah, no. Hey, man. Hey, listen. I'll get cooked if I get cooked, man.
It's mid-
I've
mid-March.
been here before,
Mid-March.
but
It's a win-win.
I gotta believe, brother. I gotta believe. That's all I can
So
say.
best believe when all those duds come in, Arteta's
nah.
gonna be hearing it, brother.
Listen, we'll speak on those things later, bro. I'll let the
Yeah, we'll
arguments
wait.
lie in the air. I'll get muted again if I speak too long on that shit.